Hello, friends. A warm welcome to the Wellness Inspired Podcast, the place where you can find inspiration, motivation, and empowerment in the pursuit of a wellness lifestyle. I'm your host, Sherry Davidson, and as always, I am here with my Terrier Mix rescue dog and co-host, Finn. He is also my coworker, trail runner, sidekick, and he is a generator of many, many smiles. And I am excited today because I am taking the next 3 episodes in a different direction to inspire, motivate, and empower you in a wellness lifestyle. If you've been listening to the podcast, then you know that I have been practicing acupuncture and herbal medicine for 17 plus years. Well, you might not know the 17 plus years because I've been saying 12 plus years for quite some time now. And when I sat down and was doing some calculations, I was missing a few years and then realized that I have been saying the wrong number of years that I've been practicing. So I pretty much shocked myself. So I can't believe that I have been practicing for 17 years. That is just crazy. And in the past 5 years, I have added wellness coaching to my list of services. I talk a little bit about why I added this to my repertoire of healing modalities in episode number 5, The Art of Self-Preservation. So if you want to check that out, I will put a link in the show notes so it'll be easy for you to click and go. I'll dive in a little deeper some other time. I think of my practice as a living thing. It is dynamic and constantly evolving, changing, and growing. Also, I like to do things with purpose and meaning. So becoming a wellness coach was not a random decision. However, we have plenty of time and unlimited episodes to get into all of that. For now, I would like to bring some positive light on what I have been doing for the past 17 years. I truly believe in the value of what I do. TCM, or traditional Chinese medicine, has so much to offer you in health and wellness, prevention and treatment. And I have a lot to say about this subject. In this episode and the next 2 episodes, I would like to focus on acupuncture. Acupuncture has been used for centuries, and it is one of the most popular forms of alternative and complementary medicines in the United States. However, despite its long history, acupuncture is often met with skepticism in Western medicine in the Western world. Many myths surround the ancient practice and have circulated for years, and it can be challenging to separate fact from fiction. So in the next few episodes, I will dispel 3 of the most common myths about acupuncture. Those are: acupuncture is painful, acupuncture is only used for treating pain, and acupuncture is not supported by science. I feel it's important to discuss these common myths because it could be the obstacle preventing you from living a healthier life. So I hope by the end of the 3-part series, you will have more clarity and understanding of acupuncture. That way, you can make the decision to try acupuncture and experience this powerful medicine. So if you're on the fence about trying acupuncture or just curious, the next 3 episodes are for you. Are you ready? Let's do this. Today, I'm going to address one of the most common myths about acupuncture. Myth number 1, acupuncture is painful. Before we jump in, I want to talk about the concept of pain. It's hard to talk about pain because everyone's experience is wildly different. I say this with no judgment. Some people experience a lot of pain from a scratch, and others experience little pain from a broken bone. And there is a vast spectrum in between. So if pain is a subjective experience, how can I tell you acupuncture is not painful? Well, I can't and I won't. But I am going to say, based on empirical evidence, acupuncture is not painful for most people. However, you might experience some sensations, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So if I combine my school and professional practice, I have been practicing acupuncture going on 23 years. I can't believe that. I really can't believe that. I'm still shocked. And I have observed people in the clinic getting acupuncture, and I've talked to people outside of the clinic. And I cannot tell you how many conversations I have had about acupuncture being painful. Growing up, my mom would say, I would be rich if I had a penny every time you asked me that question. Well, daughter like mother, I would be rich if I had a penny for every time I had a conversation about acupuncture being painful. And I want you to know, especially if you're thinking about getting acupuncture, I totally get it. Acupuncturists use needles, and needles hurt, or do they? When I have a conversation with someone, I describe acupuncture as the insertion of fine needles into specific acupuncture points on the body to treat health conditions. And before I get any further, the question always comes, does it hurt? When people hear the word needle, they quickly regress to a scary childhood memory of getting a shot or having blood drawn. I get it. As a kid, it hurts. I was terrified of needles. Unfortunately, we carry these experiences with us into our adult years. And here is some perspective. As kids, we don't have any frame of reference for the needling experience. Everything dramatically hurts. Remember when you fell and skinned your knee? Mom or dad or both would rush to comfort you and let you know everything would be okay. How did you react? How would you react if you fell and skinned your knee today? I guarantee you your experience would be completely different than your earlier years. And I bet the needling experience will be the same. As adults, our only frame of reference for needles is the Western hypodermic needle. Unlike hypodermic needles, acupuncture needles are fine and flexible needles the size of a human hair. Well, almost. The most common size is 36 gauge, plus or minus depending on the practitioner and the treatment. Acupuncture needles have no resemblance to the needles used by your doctor. For comparison, the most popular size of a hypodermic needle for drawing blood or giving subcutaneous muscle injections is 21 gauge. These are the needles that scared you as a kid. And they make acupuncture needles seem like a mosquito bite. And just as a little side note, the higher gauge number, the thinner the needle, the lower gauge number, the thicker the needle. So you might be asking now, well, what will you feel? And I'm happy to report that most people don't feel much at all. And in most cases, a skilled practitioner inserts the needles with minimal discomfort. And I have found in my practice that most people are pleasantly surprised with the needling experience. However, there is a possibility you will feel some sensations. You might feel a pinching, a tingling, numbness, soreness, heaviness, dullness, achy, and a traveling sensation. Whether it is painful is entirely up to the individual's subjective experience. So what are these sensations? The ones that most people are curious about are the tingling and traveling sensation. And believe it or not, the tingling and traveling are very significant. In traditional Chinese medicine, practitioners rotate or stimulate the needles to get these sensations. This phenomenon is called the arrival of qi or de qi. The ancient text says acupuncture treatment does not take effect until the arrival of qi. The tingling and traveling sensations mean the acupuncture point is activated and working. But I have some good news for you. If you're sensitive to needling sensations, there are different needling styles of acupuncture. You just have to do a little research. For example, the needling style I use is Japanese. However, my practice is rooted in the theories and philosophies of traditional Chinese medicine. The Japanese needling style is excellent because it is more gentle than the Chinese needling method, which focuses on getting the arrival of qi at the acupuncture point. Now, you might be asking, does it still work? Of course it does. The Japanese found it is just as effective without getting de qi. Well, before I wrap up this short and informative episode, I also want you to know that when you get acupuncture, you are in control. If something is making you uncomfortable, please tell your practitioner, because a good practitioner will listen and respond accordingly. Communication is key. But overall, as I mentioned earlier, in my experience, people usually have a very pleasant needling experience. And I know this sounds crazy, but many people find acupuncture relaxing and report feeling a sense of well-being after treatment. And we call this the AcuZone, and it is magical. Okay, what did you all think? I really enjoyed sharing this information with you, and I hope that you are getting ready for a comfortable and painless acupuncture experience. So stay tuned for more information on this ancient healing modality. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and share with your family and friends. You can also give me a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. It helps others find me as well. To get updates on new episodes and wellness inspiration in your inbox, please join the Wellness Inspired community. Go to wellnessinspiredpodcast.com to sign up, and I'll put a link in the show notes so you can click and join. Also, there's a Facebook community at The Wellness Inspired, and you can follow me on Instagram at wellness_inspired. If you're in the Houston area or just visiting and interested in our services, acupuncture, herbal medicine, cupping, zen shiatsu, or dry needling therapy, contact us. You can find out more on our website at element5om.com. That is element5, the number 5, om.com. And again, I'll put the link in the show notes. If you're interested in health and wellness coaching, we can connect in the clinic or on Zoom. Reach out and we'll get you on the schedule. And as always, I would love to hear your feedback. I am dedicated to bringing you great content that is inspiring and informative with an artsy, fun, edgy spin. Thank you so much for listening. We'll meet here again next time. And remember, never stop exploring, learning, loving, and being you. Bye.